I'm Joe with Yeatts Rug Plant. Today I wanted to do a follow-up video on one we had done many years ago entitled Storage, Rug Storage. This particular video I wanted to describe long-term rug storage. Here's a rug of mine, my own rug, a personal rug. This rug has been rolled up, believe it or not, 13 years. I've had it here in our controlled environment. So we're going to unroll it and see how the rug looks. And again, as you can see with all the dust, here, this rug of mine has been rolled up for 13 years. So we have a controlled environment here at Yeatts. And as I showed you in the previous video many years ago, as I explained then, you roll the rug up, you leave the fringe or binding up, and let's see how the rug looks. We'll unroll it, give you a good idea. And as you can see, after 13 years, the rug is perfectly flat. So that is the main reason we always tell you to roll rugs up for storage. Now I'm going to show you what we're going to use for storage this time, the type of paper I will be using. This is what I wanted to show you today, our customers. This is the paper we use for long-term storage of Oriental rugs, your silk or fine hand-knotted rugs. This is called Tyvek paper. A lot of this information will be off DuPont's website, and we'll have a link there. This is, of course, what I had on my hand-knotted rug for 13 years in a controlled environment in which we have multiple ceilings, for example, all sorts of precautionary measures for fire, flooding, etc. You can get by with craft paper. However, for long-term storage of textiles, we recommend and we use Tyvek paper. And I'll show you some of the characteristics of both. Tyvek paper is made out of polyethylene fibers. In fact, most of the rugs we clean, and in the future, more and more, are your polymer rugs. Think of polypropylene, you'll see, olefin, of course, polyester. So, ironically, this linen, this Tyvek lining, is made out of polyethylene fibers. And we'll show you some of the characteristics of the Tyvek paper. Both papers are literally pH neutral, so the pH would be about 7. They're both breathable. So here are some of the main differences regarding Tyvek and craft paper. Okay, getting back to Tyvek paper versus craft paper. As I said, Tyvek being water resistant, you have virtually no mold, no mildew concerns. Water, for example, or oil. Think of a can of paint, for example. But craft paper, for example, you have a roof leak, craft paper, water. It may run off, but as you can see, it soaks right into craft. You have a water damage in your house with Tyvek, you can see that it's just running off the sides. So Tyvek paper is much more beneficial for long-term storage regarding water damage. Okay, I wanted to show you something also very important, in my opinion. As I've discussed with you, they're both breathable papers. They're both pH neutral. Tyvek is water resistant, which makes it mold and mildew resistant. Water or other liquids simply wipe right away. They cannot stay on the paper, whereas on craft paper they soak in. Another thing we deal with often is moving companies and, of course, our own employees. Tyvek versus craft, it doesn't take much to rip in to craft. As you can see here, craft paper. You're not doing that with Tyvek. You're not doing that with polyethylene. You have to physically cut the Tyvek paper. Again, both papers, I do want to stress this, are not fire retardant. Any fire is going to burn either paper. But you can see why we use Tyvek paper for our long-term rug storage. Okay, certain rugs, and I wanted to go over this. I did not do this in the other video many years ago. Certain rugs, as I mentioned, Dury and Killam rugs, are so flimsy, it's almost impossible to roll the rugs up. In case you can't, and in some cases you cannot, I'll show you a quick way of storing these rugs. What you do fold them, but you do that as minimal times as you possibly can. And I'll show you how we do it. You fold the rug, and the bigger the rug, the more difficult it may be. You may have to get air to kind of help you, but you try to make sure there's no creases. But you can fold the rug without leaving any creases. Okay? So just keep following me. Again, I'm folding, not rolling. I'm folding. And the most important thing, when you do have to fold a rug and you cannot roll a rug up, you fold it as little times as you can, or as minimal times as you can. Right there is enough. I'm very happy. What happens with rugs, hand knotted or machine made, where people go wrong in the rug dealers, you can get away with folding the rugs, and as I showed you, try to fold it as few times as you can. The weft fibers are fine. What everyone does wrong when they start folding rugs, you cannot fold the warp fibers. Once you start folding the warp fibers, that's when you get these permanent creases. But you can fold the rug as I showed you as minimal times as you can, and it will not hurt the weft fibers, and I can unroll this years from now and it would lay fairly flat. So this is an example of sometimes having to fold the rug versus rolling the rug up. Okay, we're back. Now I'm going to store my rug professionally, as I showed you with the Tyvek paper that we use here at Yeatts. As always, as you saw at the very beginning of this video, this rug has been rolled up for 13 years, and it's going to be rolled up again. I'm sure this will be a rug that I donate. This is my own personal rug, a rug made circa '99. This is a vegetable dye rug from Tibet. You're not getting these type anymore. So I want to take care of this rug. One thing I mentioned in the old video, and again, I'm going to show you this again. You can screw this up. We call it the death grip, where you squeeze and roll up. You don't do that. You naturally, as I showed you in other videos, I don't care how big the rug is, you naturally let the rug roll itself up, just as I had done 13 years ago. And sometimes, especially a bigger rug, you'll have to walk with it. But in this case, such as a runner, I can simply slide it towards me. And then, got that up. And as I said in the older video many years ago, we keep the fringe or the serge up. I have the Tyvek paper. Put it right in the middle. Wrap. Wrap. We use cellophane for the ends. And we lightly go around the rug with the cellophane, very lightly. You don't death grip the cellophane as I've seen other companies do. You take the rug. And again, I use the cellophane and I lightly go around the rug. Sort of catch it with my hand, pull it, mark the rug. Okay, and this shows you how we store rugs long-term at Yeatts Rug Plant. We use Tyvek lining for our textiles. This video has been brought to you by Yeatts Rug Plant.